All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about rude customers. Oh man, and how to deal with it. So first off, rude customers, how can you deal with it? I know if you've been in business, I don't care what business you've been in, but you've dealt with it. And the first part about that is how they treat you. You know, what does it look like? You know, what are you going through? And the things I've seen, you know, you'll be doing everything you can for a customer and they still won't be happy. And their expectations will be above and beyond what you could even produce anyway. And that's one of the worst parts of it, when you realize what they want is not even realistic. And you didn't realize that that was going to happen, that was going to become this way going into it. Sometimes you'll get customers that they just want to control everything. And when you don't let them just control every aspect of everything, they just turn and become this whole different thing for you. And it's not your fault, it's not their fault, it's just how they are and how the situation is. And you can't take this stuff personal. You know, you can't take it personal if a customer gets mad. So there's all kinds of different things. They can be upset about the quality, whether it be, you know, perfect and the same quality you always do. They can just hold you to so much more than it's even possible. Small miscommunications can really flare someone up, and they can be ununderstanding. Sometimes, kind of like the first one, but when someone thinks they don't get what they wanted, it was just a miscommunication, and you're very adamant about taking care of people, and they approach it in an angry way instead of asking you how you can help. That's probably one of the biggest frustrations I ever get, is if we get a rude email, a rude phone call to the office, a rude anything. I hate that, because that's not the way to approach it. You know, I don't approach the customer as rude when I'm upset with them. I would love customers, you know, when there's a bad situation, I'm here to help. My company is here to help, to try to make this go as smooth as possible. There are variables in these things you can't always account for, and that's just a fact of life. And if there's a problem, ask me how we can fix it. Don't jump straight to mad, you know. But these are some of the things that are going to happen and you're going to see in your business. And this doesn't matter what kind of business you're running. It doesn't matter if you're business to customer, business to consumer, or business to business. You know, like, people are going to get upset. Poor communication's probably one of the leading causes. Scope of work and not being quite to that scope of work. In terms of service, not being detailed enough to cover you, because a lot of people, one thing we've seen a lot is people will assume things should be a certain way. Even if you line it out that it's not that way, they assumed, and they didn't read our terms of service, you know. So those are all the things that are kind of going to happen to you, and you need to be prepared for all of those situations. So first, I want to say, what does this mean if you're doing everything you can? Well, if you're doing everything you can, if you're running a legitimate business, you're standing behind your 100% satisfaction guarantee when the situation calls for it, you're doing great work. You know, you are just, communication and everything is there. What that typically means, what we've seen in our business, is it's a lot to do with growth. You know, the business has grown a substantial amount, and some of the people that were with us in the beginning maybe start to become frustrated, and not a lot, just a small amount of people will not like that they're not being treated the way they were. They want to be catered to like they're your only customer. And that's something that you're going to see, and that's a lot of, when you're doing business right, that's probably the only problem, is you've just grown. And now you've set systems in place that have changed things. No one likes change, and that can rub some people the wrong way, and you need to be able to handle that. But that's good change, that's good frustration, that's just because your business has grown. Other things that can happen, when you're doing everything right is, you know, you can be trying to do everything right, but you can still go out there and miss something and not even mean to on a scope of work, on a project, and some people just react to it in the wrong way. And you have to be a great business owner, a great leader, a great office staff to be able to deal with that, because you need to approach that with a smile, and you need to handle that and make sure that you're not being rude. There is no situation where you being rude back to the customer fixes this problem. That's not a situation. That's not something that is even a right direction to go down ever. You're gonna want to, you're gonna feel like it's what you should do, but it's never gonna be the win. It's never gonna be the good thing to do. So with that being said, that's the things that are gonna come up when you're doing everything you can, when you're doing everything right. So the second part I wanna talk about this is what it means when a customer's getting mad if you're not doing everything right. Now this is the situation where we all get into over-promising sometimes and we don't mean to, but this is when you're not trying to uphold the standards of your business, when you're just saying, I don't care about that customer, get this done, I'm not coming back, I'm not taking care of any problems that happen. That is the bad situation on what this means. So if you're operating your business that way because of whatever reason, that means that now they're actually becoming really justified. Now it's not just a miscommunication, a change of the way your business has grown. Typically, it is a factor of your negligence or the way you operate poorly that is upsetting people, and they can be very, very justified if you're not standing behind your work, if you're not standing behind your practices, if you're not standing behind certain things. You know, this is the worst situation out of all of these for the possibility of a customer being frustrated. It is one thing if you're trying to do everything you can do, but if you are doing the bare minimum, if you're operating and you don't care, if you are just really not caring, you are just getting out there to do the job, it doesn't matter, that's going to lead you down a bad road. With that being said, how do you handle this? And I kind of touched on this. You know, you're going to get these customers that come in and they're going to be aggravated with you. They're going to be upset, whether it be good or bad. Now, if you're going down that trend of the bad way this could be going, this isn't going to pertain to you because you probably aren't caring about this and you're just completely disregarding it. But if you're going down the path of you really, really care about your customer, you're trying to do everything right, you're trying to uphold all of your business standards and everything that goes along with that, you're going to take these phone calls, emails, and you're going to be very receptive to them. You're going to say, I understand. So if your business has grown a lot and things aren't the same, ma'am, I understand what you're saying. I get that you can't be on that day of the Mo week. I apologize. Some of our systems have changed. We no longer offer that. But with that being said, we want to do everything we can to make you happy. And we actually did this to be better for our guys out in the field, to be less stress on them so they can provide you a better service. You know, like, approach it with positivity. Approach it with, you understand. The customers, whether or not it's justifiable to you, answer to the customers and say you do understand, because you have to understand from their point to be able to talk to them about this. You can't just completely block it out and just do whatever. You need to say, I understand your problem, ma'am. Unfortunately, where we're at now, this is, or sir, or whatever the case, unfortunately, where this is at now, we can no longer do it that way. And if there's anything else we can do, if we can make this work in the future, I would love to. But as of right now, the way our business has changed and grown, this is no longer something we can offer. You know, it's things like that. The approach with positivity, kill with kindness. When you're talking to someone, you see this right here. This isn't even forced. I'm pretty optimistic about everything, but when you're talking to someone with a smile on their face, cover up the phone right now. Don't look away from the screen, and I'm going to keep talking like this. Tell me if you can tell a difference between when I'm talking like this and when I start talking like this. And this is not a different tone. This is just what a smile creates. So approach it with a smile. Listen to that difference there. Try to talk with a smile and without a smile yourself and see if you can see the difference. Guys, those are some ways to handle this situation. Those are why it happens. Those are the good and the bad of why this can happen. I wish you luck on dealing with these, because this is going to be one of the biggest frustrations in your business, because people are a huge variable. Good luck, guys. Kick some butt. Like, subscribe, leave some comments, tell me what you thought about this video, and leave some ideas for some great new videos in the future. See ya.